numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad ain't pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going.
Coach, as the 2019 regular season starts speeding toward a conclusion, not too many games remain to be played here in Oakland, California.
I'm playing
this was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, anyways, I want to meet y'all, not meet y'all, but slow y'all down.
And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Down. 50, 60 or 55. I'm trying to collect. Check.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They run with a former Eagle and Dolphin, Jay Ajayi. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Ajayi. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Looking to throw. Herbert, and this one complete to Reed. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
To throw on third down. Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On the move, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive, then you get a big sack there on third down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They run with a jive. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, down at the 31. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry, and they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Vigil. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Another try after the 1st down sack. Carr under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Carr now to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's at the 30, 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 94 yards, and the Raiders have taken the lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. This is a jive. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. On first down, Herbert. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They go jet sweep here with Williams. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And now look at him go. Past the 20. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on the kick return. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running on first down, Eckler. The 20. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 42 yards. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll toss it to Ajayi. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this week. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 17-14. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 7 yards there and a first down. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On second down now, it's Jacobs. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They go play action here on first down. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
Down. 180. 29. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Looking for
what a
it's
fucking
intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
Get the fuck out of here.
Back. It's a pick.
He outruns the
six
98
and a
speed
Charger
motherfucker.
TD.
It's crazy.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. a lot of them script to start the second half too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
36, 36. Shit. Check the backer.
They'll run with a Hall of Famer, Peyton. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. Here we go on fourth down with Carr. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. First possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Back to throw. Herbert, he's got his tight end complete. It's Green.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A give, Eckler running to the right. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might well go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On third down, Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
A 31-yard attempt.
Badgley able to knock this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
General West. Check 9. Check 52.
On first down, Dillon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
He don't know no better. 52's the light. Watch low. Watch the sled. He's coming.
Now Carr. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. As his guys are back within a single score. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Ajayi. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert. Open man, it's Allen. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Now a toss play to Eckler. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's Eckler again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Look at me, Zipper. Be ready.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Badgley's kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game, his 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. A big play that time for the Raiders, 47 yards. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. As they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Point after here coming up. And the lead is down to 2. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the back. Watch the back.
Now Eckler. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Eckler. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
No. Mike 55. Mike 55. Protein spill. Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch. Now.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
That's going to be a long day. Twitch.
Here is Eckler. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
Looking to throw. Herbert on the screen. This is Eckler.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
For the late touchdown. In the final seconds, that one should just about
I should have had that interception.
Game.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one.
Not like
certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get